So United await the winners of tonight's replay between Kilmarnock and Rangers. A crowd of just 30,000 at the National Stadium, still 8,000 short of capacity, but a marvellous atmosphere again, and everyone, I think, hoping for a better game than they saw on Sunday afternoon, when Kilmarnock were perhaps a little unlucky not to win it the first time of asking. Among the crowd, our commentary team of Billy McNeil and Jock Brown.
Sunday's match involving Ali Mitchell and Tom Brown. And Craig Paterson too is named by manager Tommy Burns, despite appearing to damage an ankle during his impressive performance against Mark Hateley. So the team is unchanged. It's likely though to be a busier occasion for goalkeeper Bobby Geddes, who's only lost one goal in the cup against Ayr United in the third round. So he's in line to win the Tennent's Clean Sheet Award, which is worth £1,000. Walter Smith indicated he might freshen up the Rangers side, and he's made 3 changes. Out go Alexei Mikhailchenko and Neil Murray, but the major surprise is the omission of John Brown, who is, I understand, not injured. So there are starting places for Stephen Presley, Ali McCoist and Ian Durrant, who's always regarded as a big occasion player. The international midfield player has only started 1 match this year against Dundee United at Tannadice 8 days ago. So he'll relish this opportunity to establish himself in the team for the closing stages of the season. The man in charge once again is Scotland's World Cup referee Les Mottram from Wilson Town. The National Stadium at Hampden Park not surprisingly packed to capacity for this replay. A few empty spaces around the stadium, reflecting perhaps the substantial cost of attending a lot of matches in sequence. The Rangers trying to get forward early on. And their manager Walter Smith has certainly been impressing upon them the need to show some pride in the performance and become more influential in the play than they were in the first match on Sunday. Here's Richard Gough using Ali Maxwell in goal. Well won again by Paterson from Hateley. That's Mlln. Durrant already started to wonder. There's a freer role than any of the other midfield players, it would appear. Clearance by Mitchell. MacPherson forced to hurry there by Brown. Here's Williamson. Obstructed by Richard Gough, who's going to be booked for that. Well, Richard Gough trying to explain himself to the referee. Well, I certainly think Richard Gough up his arm to create an obstruction. I suppose technically the referee's right in booking him, but certainly he's out to impress his authority on the game very early. I remember that in the match on Sunday, Tommy Burns was irate because Gough was not penalised for a heavy tackle on Tom Brown late in the game. I wonder if that, in the referee's mind, one of these factors sometimes which makes a case for changing referees for replays. So the throw to Kilmarnock. Mitchell with Robertson. Corner kick is earned by Kilmarnock, the first of the match. And immediately Craig Paterson and Ray Montgomery make their way into the penalty area. Here's Mark Reilly. That'll be another corner. Ferguson's header coming off Hateley. Well, Reilly delivers a very dangerous corner kick from the right with his left foot. Paterson attacked that well. Good pass from Paterson on his way back. Here's Reilly. Forward goes Mitchell. And a very good covering tackle by Stephen Presley. With Kilmarnock building up some pressure, much to the delight of their travelling support. Reilly again. Maxwell is committed. Safe handling. Well, little chance, I think, of Tommy Burns having a seat during this match. Well, it's quite clear that David Robertson's been instructed to play much further forward in this match than he did on Sunday. And Dave MacPherson sliding across into that area on the left to cover for him. So Rangers really trying to play as often as they can with only three at the back. One of them Presley, the other here Goff, and the third is MacPherson. Paterson's header goes straight to Jury. Well worth the chance. Thinking that on the volley, it could have been troublesome.
Well, it's a nice ball into Reilly to start with, who lays it down into Jury's path. It doesn't quite make hold of it. Here we see the move starting, there you see it. In actual fact, it's Paterson who heads it down, but there's Jury in a good striking position, well worth the chance.
Careless one there, giving Mitchell possession. Now Brown, back to MacPherson. Black, Williamson, Black again. Not quite what he intended, but it was effective. Brown trying to set that back for Gus MacPherson. Dave MacPherson cleared. This is good play from Kilmarnock. Another good pass too. Kept in play well on the touchline. Williamson. Mitchell wants it back on that touchline. MacPherson fighting it in. Presley working hard to win it. Well, a shot from Reilly deflected. It's a corner kick to Kilmarnock, who really are growing in confidence again.
Yeah, it's been good play from Kilmarnock. They've kept the ball in there. They've encroached on Rangers' penalty, and they're keeping the ball in. There's a strike that goes. It could go anywhere. The deflection could take anywhere, but to Kilmarnock's credit, they're certainly taking the game to Rangers.
Short corner, Mitchell with Brown. A good ball in. There's Tom Black, it's the only goal for Kilmarnock. It's been threatened for the last 5 minutes. And Tom Black produces his 4th goal of the season to give Kilmarnock a dramatic lead. Great play here by Tom Brown. A delightful little chip across the face of the box. And there was Black in ahead of Jury to squeeze the ball beyond Nelly Maxwell.
It's a nice bit of individual skill from Tom Brown. Plays it in there. Big Craig Paterson just gets a touch on, but there's Tom Black coming in. Perhaps Gordon Jury just caught dreaming a little bit. But nevertheless, all credit to Kilmarnock. It's not undeserved because they've really been prepared to carry the ball into Rangers area. Here we are. Fabulous start. The Rangers have got all to do now.
And this sets up a marvellous semi-final replay. The goal coming in 17 minutes. And Kilmarnock certainly proving a lot of people wrong for this performance early in the game. It was widely believed that Rangers would step up a gear and roll all over Kilmarnock in this replay, but these supporters clearly believed otherwise. Well, it really was a splendid goal. Tom Brown's part in it, very important with that cross. Well, look how alert and sharp Tom Black was there, a defender, but showing the instincts of a striker. Headed by Montgomery. Here's David Robertson. Corner kick's been given. Well, Rangers will be very anxious to strike back as quickly as they can. Here's Ian Durant. Swing this in on Bobby Geddes. And a very good header by Goff. He was given space. He'll be very upset about not hitting the target there. This was undoubtedly a chance.
That's right, it's a well-fighted ball, but look, both two Kilmarnock defenders make a mistake there. And Richard Goff, who's good in there, good in an attacking sense, but disappointed with his performance there. But there you are, a real chance for Rangers, and maybe a bit of a let-off for Kilmarnock.
Careless one by Ferguson. Here's Mitchell, here's Brown beside him, trying to stay onside. That's why Mitchell had the chance there to shoot for goal. Rangers were concerned about Tom Brown here.
Yeah, again, it's a good strike on target. Might well have offered a bit more had he elected to pass to Tom Brown.
Durant to Ferguson. a good pass. Robertson. McCall. It was well read by Gus MacPherson. Quite deliberate, I'm sure, that from McCall. Back to MacPherson. Durant conscious, I think, of Tom Black's footsteps right behind him there. Craig Paterson. That's a great ball to beat the offside trap. This is McSkimming. The angle closing down rapidly. Excellent play from Kilmarnock. Sean McSkimming out of touch, not with the first touch.
It's good play by Kilmarnock. You see McSkimming beat the offside trap, breaks it. First touch lets him down just a little bit. The angle there is difficult. Doesn't really trouble Ali Maxwell with the shot.
Held it up well for Ian Ferguson. There's Gus MacPherson losing out to David Robertson. Could have been costly. Well, the whistle had already gone for Kilmarnock's free kick. A lead at half-time would be so precious to Kilmarnock. Tommy Barnes and Billy Stark could settle them down again, reorganise them for the second half. Not that much reorganisation is required at this stage. They're playing so effectively. Tom Black unlucky, the goal scorer. A lot of space on the far side there for David Robertson. Ali Mitchell trying to get back on terms. Facing him now. Gately's pass, firmly struck towards Jury. This is Presley. Looking for Gately. Good defending by Mlln once again. And Gately's onside. Bobby Geddes positioned himself superbly there. A lapse there in defence by Kilmarnock.
It's a good ball back in because it catches Kilmarnock just that little bit slacking coming out, but all credit to the goalkeeper. He's come out, hasn't had a lot to do in the half. It comes out and reads that situation very well.
Black coming to meet that. Goss pass finds Durant. Well, the surface isn't easy tonight. Fourth game in 5 days effectively. There's Ian Ferguson. And a chance without question there for Dave MacPherson. We found ourselves in space inside the area. The best chance of the half for Rangers.
It's the best chance Rangers have had this half. Ian Ferguson plays it in delicately. Dave MacPherson must have taken his eye off that because he seemed right in line to at least test the goalkeeper. Here we see it again. You can see he's right on the ball, but totally missing it, completely missing it. Oh, it's a real let-off for Kilmarnock, that one.
Had that been equaliser for Rangers, it might all look so different as it is. It's half-time, and Tom Black has given Kilmarnock a sensational lead in the first half, but a lead which their overall play, 70 minutes, they've been committed, organised, they've played with a lot of skill and belief, and they're rightly applauded off the field by these Kilmarnock supporters. Rangers with a major task ahead. It's Kilmarnock 1, Rangers 0. Defiant vocal support coming from the Rangers end. The second half gets underway. It's Rangers' 52nd Scottish Cup semi-final. Kilmarnock only the 12th. Chase on here for Goff. Williamson, any mistake. No change in either line-up at half-time. Rangers have Duncan Ferguson and Peter Houstra available, whereas Kilmarnock have Alan McInally and George McCluskey on the bench. Well, Goff treated with no respect there. The clearance finds Maxwell has got to work back, and a very good effort from Ali Mitchell. What a relief there for Maxwell. His own mistake giving Mitchell the chance.
It comes from a poor kick out by Ali Maxwell, but look at the confidence that Ali Mitchell shows. Looks up, Cheato off his line, forces him into a fine save.
It started with Kilmarnock swarming all over Richard Goff at the back and forcing him to hurry, and then Maxwell's poor clearance. Here's Reilly with the corner. controversial. Much relieved, no doubt, to survive. Another chance for a kick out here. That's much better. Here's Jury. Over on the far side, Durant calling for the ball. Black trying to get on turn. There's Durant. Up goes Hateley. And the equaliser! Oh, yes, it's been given! Referee Martin signals a goal. And Rangers are back on level terms. Mark Hateley getting goal number 29 of the season. With 90 seconds of the second half gone. Great playing here, setting up Ian Durant. The long ball across. There was Hateley in his perfect position for that kind of effort. It bounced up and came down. The referee said it was a goal. Well, it was very close indeed. It's a tremendous cross from Ian Durant. And there's Hateley doing what he did very well, coming at that back post. Gets the header in. Difficult to see from this angle whether it's over the line or not. Well, there's trouble about this. Andy Mlln has been booked for his protest, and really this is controversial. It's by no means clear that this was over the line. There was Hateley with a header, heading it down, blocked on the line there, off the underside of the bar. Well, it was on the body of Bobby Geddes, and the referee gave that rather than the linesman. Certainly difficult to see, but the referee was right on the spot, so in these situations you've just got to go with his judgment. Well, Andy Mlln was so upset about that. His protest led to a booking while Rangers was celebrating, and he was right on that line. Wow, what a cup tie we have now. There's Tom Brown challenging in the air. David Robertson's header helped on its way by Ferguson. Well, we can look at this again to see if there's any further clue as to whether or not with certainty this cleared the line. The header down, now you'll see there, Ray Montgomery's on the line. When it comes down, now is the point when the referee decided it was in, and that was very close indeed. Yeah, so they'll be arguing about that one for years, I would think. Well, free kick now to Kilmarnock. The referee taking that upon himself in circumstances where it must have been extremely difficult. The ball was landing in the midriff of Bobby Geddes while he was straddled across the line. So difficult. Here's Tom Black. A great ball in. What a superb free kick that was. It just needed one clean touch to find the net.
It's the type of ball you want your defenders to send in there. You're looking for your forwards to go and attack that ball. Kilmarnock didn't quite achieve that in that case, but nevertheless a very dangerous free kick.
Well, there's singing now coming on the Rangers supporters who are thoroughly relieved about that equaliser, regardless of any circumstances. History will show that that was a goal, and it's one apiece and a free kick here to Rangers outside the area. Bobby Geddes wants four in the wall. Now, Hateley clearly wants to have another strike at goal. He's taking a long run up. Ian Ferguson too could hit one from here. The wall being forced back. There goes Hateley. Very close indeed. Wow, a whisker away from a second for Rangers. Very well executed. And obviously Bobby Geddes is in no position to see what's happening. He can only stand there and hope it goes wide of the point, which it does. But certainly, you look at Mark Hateley's technique, it's excellent. Gets right over the ball, gets a good bend in it, doesn't quite make the target. Well, here is this goal again, and let's have another look in slow motion. Down from Hateley. Coming down off the underside of the bar now. There was Geddes leaning back to collect, landing in his chest. Was he over the line? Still not clear. Chance for Hateley again! No argument this time! Rangers take the lead. Made by Jury, finished by Hateley, and
away from Reilly again. Let him run inside. Haley on his own. He can scarcely miss. Yeah, it's a marvellous goal, really a bit of quality. Jury does so well, gets to that byline, doesn't panic at all, lays it right across the face of the goals there, and there's Haley doing what he does so supremely well, putting that one away. A happy man, Haley. 2 goals in 6 minutes for Rangers, 51 minutes. A great play here by Gordon Jury. He did all the hard work here, taking on MacPherson and Reilly, who'll be a bit upset, I think. They've beaten so easily there to the byline. And then the task was simple for Haley. That's good play also. Brown finding Mitchell. Led forward by Mlln. And a hefty tackle from the rear by MacPherson. It's going to be punished with a yellow card. He went right through Bobby Williamson there. So the referee taking action. Raymond Montgomery there, you can see him urging his team on. Craig Paterson, I can tell you, has come across to indicate to his manager just how he is. Yeah, there's been some uncompromising challenges in the game, and I think that maybe McPherson was just slightly unlucky with that one. Here's Ali Mitchell. It's awkward. Appeared to be deflected by the wall. Maxwell got his body behind it. It's an adventurous strike, but here we see it come through a group of players. All credit to Maxwell, he's down there quickly, he's down there confidently, takes any heat out of the situation. But come on, are certainly making a game of it now, they're not giving up at all. Another tackle in the rear, penalised by the referee. This time it was Stephen Presley. Sees the funny side of things apparently. McInally again. Black with Presley. Throw to Kilmarnock. You know, putting Peter House on the left-hand side, I think it's all down to the fact that Tommy Burns has gambled heavily by pulling Ali Mitchell back into that wide right position. I think that he's going to ask, Walter Smith's going to ask House to have a goal there and what possibly is the weaker side now that the defender's been taken off.
Good defending by Jury. Handball there by McCoist. Free kick to Kilmarnock outside the area.
Yeah, I think Ali has 1 or 2 goals out of his hand. Referee's right on that occasion, certainly.
Now, George McCluskey could strike one from here. So could Tom Black. Ali Mitchell too. 5 in the wall, showing respect to the set piece. Great effort by McCluskey. Good goalkeeping by Maxwell. He got down extremely well to that. It's a well-worked free kick in actual fact. George McCluskey is a good strike in it, but once again, Ali Maxwell's up to the job. Here we see it, comes right through a whole load of defenders. Ali Maxwell's well up to that, makes it look easy. So the head terrace ends with Bobby Williamson bringing it down. Black forward. Here's McInally. Been allowed to turn, stopped well by Ian Ferguson, but the free kick's been given. Well, he did appear to play the ball.
It's a cushion there, it's difficult. No, I think the referee was right in actual fact. I think he took him down. Dangerous position.
Tom Black with a free kick. What can Kilmarnock do now? Right to the far post it goes, and Ali Mitchell's in behind Maxwell. A little more composure there. He could have turned the ball back across goal.
It's a real dangerous ball because it's eliminated the goal. He's missed it. I think Ali Mitchell might have been well better trying to knock that back across the face of the goals. Here we see it from a different angle. The chase. Oh no, he had a chance of putting that one away.
Whistling from the Rangers fan. They'd like to hear this brought to an end. A minute left as Kilmarnock trying to come forward again. Some injury time to add on. McCall back to Robertson. Headed on into the Panzer House trap.
Survives a couple of challenges, still in possession, the fresh man of course. That's a misunderstanding, played out well by Paterson. Here's Tom Black, delightful skill. Mlln playing that forward and too far ahead. The Rangers kept the back four flat and pushed up. So is it all over for Kilmarnock? They've contributed hugely to this tie. Maxwell takes the ball across right to the furthest point to take the goal kick. A few more seconds are wasted. Mitchell gives head to that. Here's Andy Mlln. Mitchell again. Going to move it ahead from McInally and McCluskey. It's Reilly. Now it's Montgomery. Mlln, time the enemy here. Kilmarnock will have to think about getting the ball into the box. There's Houstra. Stopped beautifully there by Mlln. This is McCluskey. Williamson, McCluskey again. Well, trying to make that into a foul by MacPherson, McCluskey, but it didn't fool the referee. And the final whistle goes. A valiant effort by Kilmarnock comes to nothing. The tenants man of the match is Mark Gately. The cause of these two goals at the start of the second half, which have earned Rangers their place in the tenants Scottish Cup final. Gately applauds the fans, but it was Kilmarnock who made this such magnificent tie with such an amazing contribution, taking a lead in 17 minutes through Tom Black. But that spurt at the start of the second half from Rangers, led by Gately, turned the game around. Controversy about Gately's first goal, but certainly no argument about the second and winning goal. And Kilmarnock getting tremendous applause from their supporters, and rightly so. They competed superbly, but at the end, the goal from Tom Black wasn't enough. Gately saw to that. It's Kilmarnock who go off, honourable losers, but Rangers are in the tenant Scottish Cup final. It's Kilmarnock 1, Rangers 2.
Walter, congratulations, but Kilmarnock made you sweat for it all the way.
Well, we always said, and we always thought that that would be the case, and I felt we deserved it tonight. We played far better than we did do on Sunday, and it took us a little while to get the breakthrough after losing a kind of sloppy goal in the first half.
What did you say to them at half-time?
Well, I didn't say that much because I felt, you know, they're a difficult team to play against, Kilmarnock, and you always have to work them very hard before you get the goals. And in the league games that we've played, we've scored in the latter stages of each of the games. And tonight we managed to score just after half-time, 2 goals in a 5-minute spell, which was pleasing for us.
In all honesty, was it a worried dressing room at half-time?
Well, when you won nothing down, you're obviously a wee bit concerned. There wasn't a great deal in the game that you could have said there was a great deal of chances for either side. But as I've said, we knew that we had to work for what we were going to get. We've scored late in other games against them. So I don't think you could say that there was worry. There was maybe a concern about us getting back into the game. But I felt we were playing well enough to at least get the breakthrough.
And when the business had to be done, it was that man, Mark Gately, again.
2 goals again. He's having a good spell like that. People look upon their partnership as being McCluskey the scorer and him the provider. But this season, he's had more than his fair share of goals, and invaluable ones for us tonight.
Presumably the manager had a word or two in your ear at half-time?
Not really. He just said to us, if we play the way we're playing, you know, things will come. Towards the end of the first half, I thought we started to get a few knockdowns in the box, but everything that fell to them, sort of thing. So, you know, it's law of averages. You know, over 90 minutes, 1 or 2 is going to fall down, and you know, basically that was all he said. Just keep playing away, keep your head, don't you're panicking and rushing forward, and you know, just hold your shape and play from there.
Now, your equalising goal, there's a touch of controversy on 2 counts. First, a suggestion that you were offside, and secondly, did the ball actually cross the line?
Well, the linesman was up with play, so he must have been up with play to see the ball. And the ball was about that far over from the header downwards before the boy hooked it up onto the bar. And if you can see that, and obviously you can see if I was offside or not. I mean, he was pretty sharp the whole of the game with offside decisions and that. So, you know, if he's up with play, then obviously he must get a better view than everybody else. And to be fair, he actually saw, he must have seen the ball because he was away straight away. And it wasn't the referee that gave the goal, I don't think.
there were never going to be any doubts in your mind about it, were there?
No, as soon as I headed it, I saw it cross the line, and I just saw, as I was turning away, I saw Alistair trying to stick it back in. I thought, what's he trying to do here? But no, as far as I'm concerned, the ball was over from the first header.
And the second goal, a quite magnificent run from Gordon Durie.
Yeah, great. I mean, he's been doing that ever since he come to the club. He's a strong runner with the ball. I think he shrugged off about 3 tackles, kept going down the byline and pulled one of them awkward balls back that seems to bubble about all over the place. But, you know, kept my eye on it and stuck it in the back of the net.
Bobby, there must have been a lot of heartbreak in that dressing room.
Yeah, it certainly is a bit disappointing. After the way the game went, we felt we deserved maybe more than we got.
When you were in at half-time, did you think you were on your way to the final?
Well, we're giving ourselves a good chance. We've been 1 up. We felt quite comfortable, but things changed just after half-time.
They certainly did change. What about the equaliser? How did you see it? Because there is a lot of controversy. From your view, was it over the line?
Well, from where I was, I didn't think it was over, but you'll know better seeing it yourselves.
How did you see it? The cross came in and Haley got the header in.
Well, Haley got the header in back across the goal, and I think Ray Montgomery tried to clear it, hit the bar, and I think it bounced and I knocked it out. And McCoy stood a chance to come back in my arms. That's about all I can say.
The reactions of the Kilmarnock defenders, they clearly saw that it didn't go over the line.
Yeah, well, I think we're all of the same opinion in the dressing room. We're disappointed at how it came about.
And suddenly the game turns around you because you lose a second one magnificently created by Durie.
Yeah, well, the second goal was a good goal from their point of view. Disappointing from our point of view again. But he's hit a good cross and Haley's finished it well.
I wish I could say we're about to settle all the arguments, but sadly I don't think we can. But that, in a moment, it's Rangers against Dundee United in the final, certainly, on May the 21st. Derek, you're just back from Hampden, and I think you have to fuel a little bit for Kilmarnock.
You do. They did themselves proud over the 2 games. I think in the first half, Kilmarnock deserved their lead because they stopped Rangers playing. I mean, the midfield of Ferguson and McCall and Durant rarely were seen in the match because any time they got the ball, they were closed down very quickly. And of course, you saw the goal that Kilmarnock got. But it was a different story in the second half. I think Rangers just took their time, bided their time, and scored the 2 goals.
The build-up to Tom Black's goal was as impressive as the fact that Kilmarnock had actually taken the lead because they kept possession for an awfully long time.
Well, it was a great spell at this time for Kilmarnock. The Rangers pinned back in this spell for about 5 or 10 minutes, and you could see the amount of Rangers players back behind the ball. That's how many players Kilmarnock had forward. You know, and had some great passing, they had good touches, and really Rangers could never clear the ball because they were so tightly pressed by the Kilmarnock players, and that's great to see. I mean, you're going to hand, and everyone thought that they might freeze Kilmarnock the second time, but that didn't happen. You know, they stuck the ball around without really doing anything inside the Rangers box, and eventually when the ball did come over and the shot did go and it was deflected by David McPherson, and that led to the corner kick which came to the goal. But
what is admirable here is I'm not just looking to lump a big high ball into the
box. As you speak, Dougie, that's exactly what
but that's a minute of possession before they finally resort to that.
It was good stuff.
To their credit.
They were waiting for the forwards to get themselves a bit of space, and then eventually they did put the ball into the box, and this was from the resultant corner. Tom Brown, remember, he was playing in the Junior Cup final last season. All of a sudden he's playing here at Hampden against Richard Gough. I mean, and didn't look out of place. He had a fabulous game. And a wee bit of hesitancy in the Rangers defence here. Craig Paterson does awful well, I think, here. Just puts Mark Haley off. That's the way to do it. If you're not going to win the ball, make sure that centre half doesn't. And Tom Black, it's not the sweetest strike you'll ever hit, but hey, the ball's in the back of the net and you've got to accept that. That's great play, great turn there. Lovely ball into the box. And it's all about jumping, putting your man off. Gordon Durie's sleeping a bit. He should have been marking his man. He was ball watching, but deservedly so, Kilmarnock went into the lead.
Yeah, and clearly there were problems for Rangers at that stage, but of course the ideal response is to come out and score early in the second half, which is exactly what they did with this very controversial goal. Let's see whether we can make it any clearer at all. 2 issues. First one is Haley offside?
Yeah, well that's what Tommy Burns thought. He was offside and the ball didn't cross the line, and it's difficult to tell. I mean, we're watching the television pictures and it's difficult. So what's it like for a referee? Now look, this is the one where they think it's offside. Ian Durant there, he just kicked the ball now. Now you look at Mark Haley,
looks in line, doesn't it?
Looks in line with Craig Paterson, so we could say he's onside because he's in line. Now the ball comes over, and it's a good leap again. Now, does the ball cross the line when Mark Haley hit? Now, he reckons when he headers his ball down, the ball was over the line when it bounced there.
Well, he's wrong.
He's wrong there. The ball hits the bar, look, and there's the goalkeeper back, we freeze it there. Is that ball over the line, or is the whole ball over the line? That's the important thing.
It's impossible.
But we can't tell. Now, the linesman is at the corner flag. Now, how can he see that when there's 2 Kilmarnock players blocking his view on the post?
See, the ball never hits the ground. It hits Bobby Geddes' chest and he throws it. The whole ball has to be over the line.
Yeah.
You can't tell.
Well, what I did, Dougie, tonight when I watched it, I watched the linesman right away because he's the only one that can tell if the ball was over the line. And right away, he sprinted to the halfway line and gave it. You cannot tell. Even from these pictures, it's very, very difficult to tell.
Yeah, I have to say, I have now watched that a dozen times from every angle, at every speed, and you just cannot be certain.
Well,
so,
it's the first time I've watched it here, Dougie, and it is difficult to tell. But
no doubt about the second one, and a great run by Jury.
Well, this is what it's all about, football. I mean, it's not often we see somebody attacking defenders like that. That's what's missing in our game. And at the end of the day, I mean, it's a tap-in by Mark Haley, but Gordon Jury's and all the spade work there. What a fabulous run down the wing that was.
Yeah, all credit then to Kilmarnock. They played their part in making it two very tense semi-finals indeed, but it's Rangers to go through.
It is, but you've got to feel sorry for Tommy Burns. I mean, so much hinged on this game tonight. They could have gone into a final, maybe gone into Europe, all on a decision like that. Shame.
Yes, I think everyone would like to see them avoid relegation now, that's for sure.